Hi everyone. Typically this channel is about advanced squad leaders, some tax knowledge, and I did say in my brief description of this channel that I do also do some other hobbies, among them being um, um also with airplanes, some styrene models, scale models. I've also dabbled in paper modeling. And what you see here is a picture of the PT-109 at the moment that that's John F. Kennedy's PT-109, the moment that it was hit by the Agiri. Now, the reason why I'm posting this is it's not because I'm a master modeler, and by far uh, this this work could have been done far better than I have done it. But the motto is, if you do not succeed, try and try again. And I can show you just briefly how this project first begun. And as you can see, with this particular model here, I did not succeed at all. And I left it untouched, but with paper you can always reprint and redo. And that's the beauty of it, and it doesn't cost that much. And the PT-109, it's pretty small, and I really was not happy with the work that I did here. And I could have done better with the actual finished product of the diorama. But it was really inspiring to do, and you get a little piece of history on paper and wood. That's the satisfying part of it. And especially when your children see you dabble in this kind of work, they get inspired to do their own. And they also get inspired to read, I find, and read about history. So, yeah, definitely the quality could improve. And if anybody has any pointers for me, it's great. I do see here that, there's where I cut the paper. Um, there is white marks, and you have to paint them over with acrylic paint or acrylic um, acrylic markers. I wouldn't use alcohol-based um, markers because they bleed, but with acrylic water-based markers, you can do an excellent job, far better than what I did here. And everything here is all recycled material, recycled paper, reconstituted, repurposed foam board. So instead of throwing the foam board in the garbage, I used it as a base to do the sea. And the base here is made out of wood from the dollar store. It's actually a frame, and I stained it. Now, the most expensive part of this whole model is actually the wood stain, because it's hard to come by these days. It's oil based, and it is what it is. Mod Podge and acrylic paint to do the C. Okay, everything else is paper. I glued this thread with cyanoacrylic glue. Let's take a look at another picture from another perspective. Here you have the front perspective and uh, the rear perspective, and a top view. So I have a little plaque here, which is made out of paper and packing tape, clear packing tape. Foam board C with acrylic paint and Mod Podge. And here you got the destroyer, a little Japanese flag. The Imperial Japanese flag is in the rear of the ship. And here you got JFK's PT boat about to be rammed. And I don't have little figures, but um, you know, I did the best I could. The first model that I had, the base was entirely foam board and it warps. And the other thing you need to know about these elongated models when you're building them is that if you are not using Yoo-hoo, which is not a water-based glue, and I use carpenter's glue or PVA, water-based PVA glue to do these models, is that eventually the model will warp no matter how much you try. And I use mixed media paper for the hard parts and regular paper just to do the other parts. So that's that. So this is probably my second or third successful model. I've also have a model here dedicated to the emancipation of Ukraine, which is a little ferry boat. And I'll share with you the link that I got I got these models from. I'll link it in the description. So here, as you can see, there is ecardmodels.com. There are quite a few models that you require a minimum amount of payment for it. Like for example, here you have 1/100th scale, and that's pretty small. If you can imagine 1/72 how small it is. So it's smaller than 1/72, but you do get a slew of models. And what's interesting here is that you can do them up, I suppose, and the color schemes are really varied. I mean, actual um, these are actually World War II airplanes. But the way you get the PT-109 is by typing here in the search, I suppose. Here, PT-109. Let's do that. And here's a free bundle, and it's 1/400th scale. I have the PDF for this, and the actual cost when you click on it, zero. This is a conversion kit, but this is a conversion kit for the actual payable model, which is a lot larger. And if you click here, you basically have a zero price to get it to download it. And it's a really interesting model. Yeah, it's a very interesting model. And here you have the different kits, the different descriptions of Higgin boats that you have included in the PDF. So that's my 2 cents about paper modeling and my journey into paper modeling. Now I have a couple of other projects on the working board that I need to complete, and I'll have to find a place on my bookshelf for that PT-109 Agiri model that I just did. Thanks for watching, and like it and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Take care. Have a great weekend.